My dear friends, after the age of 60, just one wrong habit when you first get out of bed can be enough to make your back hurt all day long. It becomes hard to bend, hard to stand up straight, and every step feels heavy and tiring. Some people even get dizzy, lose their balance, fall, and end up in the hospital just because they sit or stand up too fast in the morning. Many seniors think, "I'm old now, back pain in the morning is normal. There's nothing I can do." But that's not completely true. If we adjust just the first 5 minutes after opening our eyes, not jumping up immediately, and knowing how to wake up the back right on the bed, morning stiffness in the back can clearly improve. Your back can feel softer, it becomes easier to stand up, and the rest of your day can feel much less tiring and painful. Today, I will walk with you through each step, very slowly, very gently, with no equipment needed, only your own familiar bed. As long as you listen to the whole explanation and practice regularly, your back will slowly behave again and stop torturing you like before. This video is made especially for those of you from 60 years old and above who, every morning on waking, feel that your back is stiff like a piece of wood. Turning your body is difficult. As soon as you sit up, you feel a sharp pain in the lower back, and every first step off the bed is heavy and aching. You may recognize yourself in these situations. You open your eyes in the morning and want to roll to the other side, but your back makes little cracking sounds and feels tight and uncomfortable. When you try to sit up, you have to use all the strength in your back to pull your body up, and as soon as you sit upright, you have to grab the edge of the bed and catch your breath. When you stand and take the first few steps, it is very difficult. Your back has to lean forward a bit, and your hand presses against your lower back just to feel safe enough to walk. If you are experiencing these kinds of symptoms, then this video is truly made for you. And I want to emphasize once again, turning 60 does not mean you are forced to live with a back that punishes you every single morning. You can still improve as long as you know how to do the right things, starting from the smallest habits. Among many different types of back pain, today we will focus on only one issue: stiffness and pain in the lower back right after getting up in the morning. We are not talking about back pain caused by a fall, an accident, or serious trauma. We are not talking about back pain with numbness, leg weakness, difficulty controlling urination, or bowel movements. We are also not talking about back pain from fractures, cancer, or other serious conditions that need scans and specialized treatment. Those cases absolutely require a doctor's examination, and you should not follow home exercises from any video on your own. Here, we focus on a very common situation. After a whole night of lying down, the spine, muscles, and ligaments in the back become sluggish and stiff, like they are stuck. When you sit up the wrong way or stand up too quickly, the pain flares up more strongly. The goal of this video is to help you understand why this happens, show you how to gently restart your back, and teach you how to sit up, stand up, and step off the bed in a safer way. So that you can follow easily, at the end, I will help you wrap everything into one clear, easy-to-remember morning routine, like a 5-minute good morning exercise for your back. While I share, I will gently weave in some simple scientific explanations, without difficult technical terms, so you understand that your back is not hurting for no reason. There is a cause, and what you are doing is logical and helpful. Before we start the exercise part, let's look directly at the pain that shows up every day. Morning after morning, many people tell me that the moment they fear the most is when they have to sit up. During the night, they feel more or less okay, but as soon as they start to turn or are about to sit up, their back tightens like someone is grabbing it from behind and pulling it back. On some days, you only need to bend down to brush your teeth, reach for a towel, or pick something up from the floor, and your back suddenly stabs with pain. You can't stand straight and have to sit down immediately. This pain is not only physical. When your back hurts, you start to fear movement. You're afraid to go out. Every small or big task seems scary. The more you avoid moving, the weaker your muscles become, and the stiffer your joints get, creating a vicious cycle that is very hard to escape. Over time, many people feel they are losing confidence, afraid of falling, afraid of bothering their children and grandchildren, and afraid of becoming a burden. There are two morning mistakes that I see many seniors making. The first mistake is keeping the old habit of shooting straight up like when you were young. In the past, when your muscles were strong and your spine was flexible, you could just open your eyes, tense your core a little, and pop straight up into a sitting position and feel fine. But after 60, the discs and cartilage in the lumbar spine start to wear down, the muscles around your back and abdomen weaken, and the ligaments become less elastic. When you shoot up suddenly, almost all the force needed to pull your upper body upright is loaded onto the lower back and onto muscles and ligaments that are still stiff after a whole night of being still. That jerking force can easily cause sharp pain, strain, or further damage tissues that are already degenerated. At the same time, when you're lying down and suddenly sit up too fast, your blood pressure and heart rate can change abruptly, which may cause dizziness and lightheadedness. The second mistake is skipping the 5 minutes of warming up your back at the start of the day. Many people think, "It's okay, I'll just bear with the pain. I must get up. I have so much to do." But if you spend just 3 to 5 minutes right there on the bed, your back will warm up, be gently lubricated, and the rest of the day usually feels much easier. If you don't warm up, your spine is like a door hinge that has dried out. It stayed closed all night, and now in the morning you are trying to force it open wide. Of course, it will squeak, grind, and maybe even get stuck. Our back is the same. After many hours of lying still, it needs to be woken up slowly with gentle, safe movements. If you keep the old habit, jumping up every morning and ignoring any warm-up, morning back stiffness becomes a permanent companion, getting worse and worse. The more it hurts, the more you avoid moving, the more you lie down, and the weaker your muscles and stiffer your joints become. That cycle just keeps going. Even more dangerous, just one episode of severe dizziness, one misstep in the morning that leads to a fall, can cause a hip fracture, an arm fracture, or a head injury requiring a long hospital stay. That is a very high price to pay for a few seconds of rushing. Now we move into the solution part, and I will divide it into 3 clear groups so that you can remember and practice easily. The first group is waking up the back, right on the bed, using 2 gentle stretches suitable for people 60 and older. Before exercising, there are a few general notes. Your mattress should not be too soft and saggy. Every movement should be slow and gentle, and you must never push into sharp pain. If you are having severe acute back pain, pain that radiates down the leg, numbness, leg weakness, or trouble walking steadily, you should talk with your doctor before doing any exercise. The first movement, which I like to call the good morning hug for your knee, goes like this. You lie on your back on the bed with your knees slightly bent and your feet resting on the mattress, not stretched, straight and stiff. Then, slowly bring your right knee up and gently clasp your hands around it, or hold just below the knee, without squeezing too tightly. Gradually pull the knee toward your chest until you feel a light, comfortable stretch in your lower back, as if it is being gently lengthened, not sharp, not burning, not stabbing. Do not pull the knee too close if you have stomach problems or feel pressure in your belly. Hold this position for about 5 to 8 seconds, breathing in through your nose and out slowly through your mouth. Then, slowly release the right leg back down to the starting position. Repeat the same with the left leg. You can do about 5 to 8 repetitions on each side, depending on your strength. The correct feeling is that your lower back is lightly and pleasantly stretched, like a soft rubber band being gently pulled, not yanked. The second movement is turning both knees from side to twist and soften your back. Still lying on your back, bend both knees and keep your feet on the bed, about hip-width apart. Stretch both arms out to the sides, with your palms facing down on the mattress to help you stay balanced. Slowly, let both knees fall to the right, allowing your hips and lower back to rotate along with them, while you try to keep both shoulders on the mattress. Your head can turn slightly to the left to create a comfortable twisting feeling, as if you are stretching the whole lower back and trunk. Hold this position for about 5 to 8 seconds, breathing evenly. Then, slowly bring your knees back to the center and turn them to the left, repeating the same pattern. You can do about 5 to 10 repetitions on each side. If you feel sharp pain when turning to one side, reduce the range of motion, turn less, and if it is still painful, stop this movement and only practice the knee-hugging stretch. That is the first group of solutions. 2 back-stretching movements right on the bed, taking about 2 to 3 minutes, but helping your back wake up much more easily. After finishing these stretches, we move on to the second group, changing the way you sit up. This step is extremely important, but often overlooked. Instead of lying on your back and using your lower back muscles to pull your whole body up, you should practice turning onto your side and using your arms. Specifically, after you finish the 2 exercises above, roll your body onto one side, whichever side feels more natural. Your knees are slightly bent and your feet are still on the bed. Place both hands on the mattress in front of your chest, as if you are preparing to push yourself up. Slowly, use your arms and some of your abdominal muscles to push your upper body up into a sitting position, keeping your back fairly straight, without jerking or curling forward forcefully. Once you are sitting stably, gently swing both legs off the bed and place your feet on the floor. Sit on the edge of the bed for about 1 to 2 minutes, breathing slowly, and check whether you feel dizzy or lightheaded. If you feel okay, then you can slowly stand up, using the edge of the bed, a table, or a rail nearby for support. This step is important because it prevents your spine from being suddenly jerked and reduces the load on your lower back. At the same time, it gives your heart and blood vessels time to catch up with the change in posture from lying to sitting and then from sitting to standing. This greatly reduces the risk of dizziness, blacking out, staggering, and falling, especially in those with heart or blood pressure problems. The third group of solutions consists of 2 very small but very useful morning adjustments. The first small adjustment is to drink a few sips of warm water after you are sitting and standing stably. You can prepare a small cup of warm water on a bedside table or another place that's easy to reach. Once you have stood up safely, take a few small sips. You don't need to drink a large amount at once. Warm water helps your body slowly wake up, improves circulation, and reduces the heavy, sluggish feeling that often occurs right after getting out of bed. The second small adjustment is not to jump straight into heavy tasks. Give yourself 1 to 2 minutes to walk slowly around the room. After you stand up, take about 10 to 20 steps around the room, gently swinging your arms. The goal is to let your back muscles, knee joints, and hip joints continue to warm up, like giving your whole body a few extra minutes to get used to the new day. To reassure you that what you are doing has a real foundation, let me explain the science behind these movements in a very simple way. Our lumbar spine is a chain of many bony segments stacked on top of one another. Between each pair of vertebrae is a disc, like a cushion of rubber that absorbs impact, along with small joints, ligaments, and a network of surrounding muscles. When you lie down for many hours at night, the joint fluids and the fluid inside the discs don't move much, and your back muscles relax, but also become sluggish and less elastic. It's like a door that has stayed closed all night. If you try to push it wide open at once in the morning, the hinge easily squeaks, grinds, or even breaks. But if you open it just a little bit at a time, back and forth, so that the oil spreads around, the hinge becomes smoother. And then you can open the door fully, quite comfortably. The two stretching movements and the slow way of sitting up are exactly how we open the hinge of the back gently in the morning. As for blood pressure, when you're lying down, the distribution of blood in your body is very different from when you're sitting or standing. If you sit up too quickly after the age of 60, your blood pressure can momentarily drop, causing dizziness, dim vision, and loss of balance. By sitting up slowly and then staying seated on the edge of the bed for 1 to 2 minutes before standing, you give your cardiovascular system time to adjust, reducing the risk of feeling faint and falling. Finally, why can just 5 minutes have such a long-term effect? It's because our body is very sensitive to repeated habits. A small bad habit, if repeated every day, will leave consequences after a few months or a few years. On the other hand, a small good habit, if repeated daily, can help muscles and joints adapt, reduce pain, and increase flexibility over time. If every day you spend 5 minutes saying good morning to your back, and you keep it up for at least 4 to 6 weeks, you will begin to notice that your back is less stuck in the morning. You can get up faster and with more confidence, and moving throughout the day will feel easier. Now let me gather everything into a short routine so that you can remember it easily and apply it every day. In the morning, right after you wake up, the first rule is, do not jump up immediately. After opening your eyes, you can take a few deep, slow breaths to let your body know the new day has begun. Then, still on the bed, do the 2 movements. Hug one knee toward your chest 5 to 8 times on each side, and then turn both knees side to side 5 to 10 times on each side, depending on your comfort. When you finish, roll onto your side, use your hands to push, and sit up slowly without jerking your body with your lower back. Sit on the edge of the bed for 1 to 2 minutes, paying attention to whether you feel dizzy. If everything feels fine, stand up slowly, holding onto the edge of the bed or a table for stability. Then take a few sips of warm water and walk gently around the room for 1 to 2 minutes. That is your good morning routine for your back, and it takes only about 5 minutes. During the day, you only need to remember 3 more points. First, don't sit in one position for too long. If you are sitting and watching TV, reading the newspaper, or using your phone, every 30 to 40 minutes you should stand up, walk a few steps, and turn your body gently so your spine isn't held in one posture for too long. Second, avoid lifting heavy objects and avoid bent deep from the waist. If you need to pick something up from the floor, bend your knees, lower your body, keep your back relatively straight, and use your leg muscles more than your back. Third, try to keep your weight in a reasonable range, because the heavier you are, the more weight your back has to carry. In the evening, pay attention to a few small things. Limit lying too long on a soft, sagging sofa, because it makes your spine sag. If possible, do a few gentle stretches before going to bed, and choose a mattress and pillow that suit you, not too soft, not too hard, and not so high that your neck and upper back are strained. If at this point you are listening and thinking, so it turns out that just changing 5 minutes in the morning can already help my back suffer less, then I sincerely hope you will try this routine for at least 7 days. After a week, ask yourself, is it easier to sit up in the morning? Has the stiffness in my back decreased even a little bit? If you can, I invite you to come back and leave a comment sharing your experience so that other seniors can read it and feel encouraged to practice too. If you find what I share easy to understand and helpful, you can subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell so you don't miss future videos about the back, knees, neck and shoulders, memory and more, and share this video with friends and family who are also being tortured by their back every morning. In the next video, I will talk more about 3 daytime habits that help your back feel less tired and sore in the afternoon and evening. We will talk about how to sit, how to stand, and some very gentle exercises that allow your back to rest, yet stay strong. You can watch that video right after this one so that your journey of taking care of your back is not interrupted. I wish you that each morning you can sit up a little more easily, each day you can walk a little more comfortably, and as each year passes, you can still confidently say, "My back is still reliable."